Hi, ministry team. This is Reverend Mike. How are you? Pastor Aubrey convened what's called a ministers' meeting back on May 9th, about a week and a half ago. And if you recall from over a year ago, we had what was called the Preachers' Council, where we gathered together to talk about certain things. We met again about a week and a half ago. And we talked about two things. One thing we talked about, Reverend Nurse presented, was bringing back ALI classes. And out of that discussion was to introduce more life application-oriented courses. So not only for basic studies, if you will, so people can understand what the gospel and Christianity is about, but also life application skills. So the result of that was that we were going to put together a survey whereby we can take it to the congregation, get some feedback from them to find out their needs and interests. So that was the first thing. But the second thing I want to talk to you about was the second thing we discussed. And that is, if you recall, the first time we got together, we did a survey. And we had to ask people to look at different areas of ministry that a minister or ordained minister would serve in. For example, from altar calls to baby blessings to communions to hospital visitations and so forth. So that was back then. Well, unfortunately, the individual who was working with that data is no longer with the church, and we cannot find that data. So what we did last on May 8th was we circled around a list, and that's what I have in my hand right here, and what I'm going to send you. Basically, it's a list of ministries that we need help with, that the church needs help with. For example, from new believer class, we do not have a new believer class. The baptism teams, there's a what's called family mentoring, counseling, hospital visitation, Bible teaching, altar call ministry, communion, funeral ministry, baby dedication, and so forth. So the goal is to circle this sign-up list around, and if there's ministries on here, ministry teams that prick your heart to be a part of, that you sign up. And what we did it was we would sign up in two different areas. What's your first team you want to be a part of? Most likely the team that you have a passion and call and desire to minister in. And also a second ministry that you're interested in getting further development and exposure in. And then the discussion on last May 9th, we talked more about having a rotational process. The goal is to have every ordained minister to be cross-trained in these areas so that as the church body grows, we'll have the ministry teams available to serve them. In addition to our minister team being a part of these sub-teams, if you will, we also have members in our congregation. There's 2 life groups that are ready to do home visitations and hospital visitations. We thought first, let's start off with the ordained ministers, and then we'll open it up for the rest of the body for those who have an interest in those areas. So here's what we need you to do. I'm going to send email and text you this document. It'll be a document. Oh, hold on one second. Let there be light. Sorry, the timer went off. Anyway, what I'm asking you to do is to, on the left side or the right side, just put down your first and second option. You kind of see how some of those who are attending the meetings, what they did. They put down the first and second option. Just read the different ministries, put down your first and second option, and please email it back to me at michael.williams@abundantlife.org. I'm going to compile that list and present it to Pastor Aubrey. In the next meeting, which we will notify where that meeting is, we'll be able to discuss further how those teams will get started. Give you just one urgency. Right now, we had at least 3 people accept the Lord over the last 2 months, but we do not have a new believer class. We have a new member class. We have a baptism class. We do not have a new believer class, and there are very incredible, great resources that we can use to be able to minister and to onboard, if you will, into the community of Jesus Christ, new believers for Christ. But it starts with us. So I'm sending you this information. Please read it, fill it out ASAP. The faster we get it, the faster we can mobilize. Any questions, just give me a call back, 856-912-9104. Take care and God bless. Blessings.